Hey, welcome to another episode of Freedom on Fire. I'm your boy Bob TV. How you doing today? Here we go again. Bill Maher, another spoiled brat, rich, wealthy comedian with his own show, getting paid millions of dollars, that's going to down talk voters who are not in the position of where he is. Watch this.
Ask those liberals who couldn't bring themselves to vote for Hillary because she was the lesser of two evils. Quite a bit lesser, wouldn't you say now? And no, this isn't about reliving the last election or about my great love for Hillary, which never was. It's about winning the next election. And that begins with learning the difference between an imperfect friend and a deadly enemy. Jill Stein said of her electoral rivals, Hillary and Trump, "To me, one is death by gunshot wound, and the other is death by strangulation." Well, I'm sure with Trump in charge and a racist attorney general, there'll be a lot more of both. My dear friend Cornel West said during the campaign, "I think Trump will be a neo-fascist catastrophe and Clinton will be a neoliberal disaster." I don't even know what a neoliberal disaster even means. But whatever it is, isn't it better than a fascist one? Have you people lost your fucking minds? Now, I can't possibly list all of the lies, fuck-ups, reversals, conflicts of interest, and embarrassments Trump has committed in 100 days. I'd have to stop halfway through to shave. But honestly, under Hillary, would we have Attorney General Foghorn Leghorn? Or Montgomery Burns in charge of the EPA? Or Rick Perry guarding the nukes? Would she have a cabinet made up almost entirely of rich, straight, white men? You know, Hillary, she knows quite a few black people. Trump knows two. I'm sorry, three. Oh, and we also might have a Secretary of Education who was smarter than a fifth grader. Before the election, Edward Snowden tweeted, "2016, a choice between Donald Trump and Goldman Sachs." Yeah, so what happened? The anti-Wall Street crowd that was too pure to vote for Hillary ended up putting Goldman Sachs people as Trump's top political strategist, the head of his economic council, and our Treasury Secretary, the trifecta. The only people he hasn't hired from Goldman Sachs are Goldman and Sachs. If Hillary was president now, would we be turning the clock back on the one issue for which there is no more time, climate change? Would we be having to wonder if our president's love of dictators foreshadows some kind of coup here? Would anyone have to wonder if she was Putin's bitch? And instead of trying to kick millions off health care to pay for a tax cut for herself, she'd be trying to raise her own taxes to get more people covered. On so many issues, she wouldn't be complaining. It's complicated. Who knew? She knew. She loves complicated. She's a reader. Do you really think if just as evil Hillary had been elected, conservatives would now be in control of the Supreme Court, as they will for decades? Just wait until the 5-4 decisions start rolling in, gutting unions, making it harder for minorities to vote, siding with polluters, overturning abortion rights. Then maybe you'll join me in saying to the liberal purists, go fuck yourselves with a locally grown organic cucumber.
First of all, Bill Maher, in the words of The Rock, you need...
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
You have not been where we are right now. Now, of course, you've probably been like that like 10 years ago when you was a starving comedian and going to the comedy clubs and things like that, but that's not where you are right now. You have your own political show, very successful show, making a bunch of money, a millionaire over and over again, and you got the nerves to down talk voters who didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. You got to understand, these voters didn't vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Now, I can understand you might want to go ahead and point the finger at those who voted for Donald Trump. Now, you know, they have their reasons for that. But for you to undermine those who decided to vote third party, Jill Stein, you got the nerves to invoke all these names when you don't even know the game. You're so removed from reality of a person who's making $11 to $12, $13 an hour. How dare you to speak out of your mouth, bruh? I dare you to speak out of your mouth. You are a white man. Yes, I said it. You are a white man. Number one, you are a white wealthy man. Number two, you're a white wealthy man that live in California. Number three, you don't know what it's like to be white in the South. You don't know what it's like to be black in the South or in the Midwest or in the Rust Belt, to not have a job. So what you need to do is shut your mouth, stick to comedy, and stop the political. I know you got your own political show, but until you take 6 months, I dare you, I challenge you, and you got the nerves to say, are you happy now? No, either way, we would have been happy. You would have been happy because you're a rich, white man, $1 million of money and millions of dollars in your pocket, living in California. Of course you're going to be happy. That is Happyville. All I can hear is the Beach Boys singing right now while you're riding down the cliff hills of LA. Get out of here. Keep your mouth off the American people. Keep your mouth off the American people. You worry about your freaking vote. And keep your mind off other people's vote. People have the reasons for their vote. And I'm coming at every person who undermine voters. I dare you undermine the voters. You should have been out there trying to win people to your own view. And if you didn't, tough titty. I'm sorry, sir. So no, people weren't going to vote for Hillary Clinton and people weren't going to vote for Donald Trump. And if you voted for Hillary Clinton, you are a sucker sellout because you're trying to... Oh, let me calm down. Lesser of two evils. No, we had two evils. And we are not supposed to vote evil into office. We got extreme corrupt evil on both sides. And we're not supposed to vote that in the most prestigious, the most precious, the most prized position in all the United States. And that's the presidency. So why don't you go? Matter of fact, don't go do that. Why don't you just know your role and shut your doggone mouth on Bob TV. Peace.